Today, we are going to talk about how to scale your content with custom AI tools and save 90% of your time. So thank you everyone for being here and for listening to me speak for a while today. And this is going to be recorded. I'm going to send the slides as well, so you can review anything you like afterwards. So my name is Victoria Olsina, and I have been doing public speaking and marketing for a while. I have been featured in the book SEO in 2024, 2025, and 2026 as well. I have already recorded that interview. My core skill is SEO. I'm a mentor at Outliers Ventures, which is a Web3 incubator, judge at the European Search Awards, and I do webinars, things. I was nominated for Best SEO in Europe in 2024 last year, because last year was 2024. So that all makes sense to you. And enough of bragging. So besides this, I have been working in fintechs and Web3 since 2017. I have worked for Barclays and a lot of Web3 brands and crypto brands that if you're not in crypto, they're irrelevant. But maybe you know Polkadot or Near Protocol or one of those. So yeah, let's start with today's presentation. So today I'm going to be talking about the shift from search engines to AI discovery, because this shift is vital for SEO and content, because we want our content to be found and read somewhere. And then we're going to be talking about how to rank everywhere with custom AI tools. I'm going to show you some live demos, how to use custom GPTs to build scaled on-brand SEO compliant content. Then I'm going to show you some tips of how to build these tools. And the last thing we're going to see is a tiny bit of automation today. Cool. So as you might have noticed, search is changing. And we're going from search engines like Google. I was going to say Bing, but who uses that? Only OpenAI uses that. So let's say Google, which has always been a really big focus for SEO people. To LLMs, right? More and more, we use Gemini, OpenAI, Manus, and any LLM tool to find the things we need to find. So some people on LinkedIn say that SEO is dead, and SEO is not dead, but the way that we are searching is changing, right? And this stat is proof of that. So right now, 80% of B2B buying journeys start on Google, and by 2027, 95% of these B2B buyer journeys will start on an LLM, right? Now, the LLMs are useful for everything, right? But they're not just doing they're not just pulling information from the search engine results. They are doing discovery, and they're assisting decision making. So it's just not summarization. It's not just explain this for a 5-year-old. It is like a decision engine. So they are purchasing, they're shaping purchasing decisions. And actually I have a colleague, Kevin Indig, which has a report where you can see that LLM traffic has longer session times, better engagement, and more better conversion rate. So that means that aggregator brands, especially software aggregator brands like Stack Overflow, HubSpot, G2, they're all losing traffic against AI, right? AI is stealing their lunch or dinner. I don't know how to say that in English, but just pretend I said that it was lunch or dinner. I mean, it was a sort of consumable food at a right time. So I think I got that okay. And also, obviously, it just doesn't browse pages, PDF, Markdown. It just does everything for us. And the main thing here is that we have to be featured there, so that our clients know their brand and that you're better than your competition, right? So, sorry, I have 3 screens, and sometimes I push it and it makes it look like I'm on an earthquake, and I'm not on an earthquake, because right now I'm on a floor 23, and that would be really unfortunate for me, especially, maybe entertaining for you to watch. I get distracted, but I'll continue with my slides. Now, if you ask ChatGPT right now, find me and you put your product or service, let's say Solana wallet, which is, as I said before, crypto and Web3 are my main industries for marketing. So if we say, find me a Solana wallet with staking, or find me any of the products or services that you offer right now, will it mention you, or will it mention one of your competitors? This is a question you can participate, actually, if you want. Otherwise, I continue talking to myself. Now, if you want to find out this, you can try this prompt right now on OpenAI or Gemini and see if something comes through, or at least one of your competitors or one of the aspirational brands that yeah. Can we do this exercise while I'm here drinking water?
Yeah.
I know mine won't come up because my app technically hasn't been built yet, so mine definitely won't come up.
Well, but at least it's good that you know who comes up. Because if you know who comes up, then you can start to see why that is coming up, and you can reverse engineer it.
Okay.
So I think it's a valid exercise in every stage of the startup incubation, right? So if it's not you, because your brand, your app or product or brand is not built, see who comes up, and then we can reverse engineer that. So people say that SEO is dead, but surprisingly, LLMs, a lot of the LLMs answers come from search engines, right? We know that Bing has a partnership with ChatGPT, so there is a strong correlation with what comes up on the top 10 results, top 10 results, and what comes up as a recommended answer by LLMs. Of course, also LLMs have been trained on immense amount of training data, so it will be a combination of both. But more and more, we know that they're doing live searches. So if they're doing a live search, it's in your best interest that you come up on page 1 of Google or Bing, right? Now there is this is a very useful extension that will allow you to see what ChatGPT searches. And last time, which is called ChatGPT Path, and last time I did this live demo, it didn't work. So, and I haven't tried it since then. So let's see if it works in the live demo, or if I look dumb and let's say best startup incubator in the UK. Beautiful. Not showing up like last demo. Let's try it again. The funny thing that last time I did that, it showed up for the people that download the thing. Here, look. Don't doubt me. This is a lesson, so you shouldn't doubt me if you're listening to this talk. So now we see, look, rack sources. So where is it pulling it from? And if you do that with your competitors, as I said before, you can reverse engineer it. So it's pulling it from third-party rankings, right? For third-party lists, like which is the best startup incubator. So are you here, Cap, with Superteam?
No, I just looked as well, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm not there."
Well, I know someone who can get you there. You should definitely hire her for one of your talks. Anyway, with this, I think this is a great tool. Free, go crazy, and try to reverse engineer this. You can also ask ChatGPT why it chose those results, and say, okay, well, then what do I have to do then? So this is a little exercise for that. And then I hear about the agent hype everywhere, particularly in Web3 and marketing. People are obsessed with agents. The agents are coming, the agents, future agent. Now, if you're building a website in React, your site is invisible. If you're building a website in Lovable, for example, or any of the low-code tools that you see, like Replit, Lovable, whichever it is, most of them have no SEO, no rendering. So great. It looks great. You can do it in 2 minutes. It's not going to show up anywhere unless you tell it to be visible. Again, you can ask, okay, how do I make my website visible? It has to be rendered. This is very important. JavaScript is not rendered by LLMs because LLMs behave like Google in 2005. So the only thing that they're going to see is HTML. So it's really, really important when you're building the website or your landing page for your brand that you tell the low-code tool or your developer to make it indexable and to have SEO tags as title, meta description, and that the body is indexable, right? So if the AI agent cannot scan your website, well, it's not going to show up anywhere. And all of the pages that the ChatGPT surfaced before, they're all HTML. If you wanna see just text, nothing very flashy. So what we are reaching is in a scenario where things will be from B2B to B2 agent, or right now we're in B2 LLM, right? B2B, B2 LLM, B2 agent, and eventually we reach a scenario where it's agent to agent. So an agent is searching for a solution, and and it will find the information from another agent, right? But all of these are searching. This doesn't apply only to humans. It also applies to the future agents that apparently are going to take over the world in all of these really positive predictions that we can see right now that people are making about AI. Now, another way in which the agent might be able to get to your product or service or brand is if it's connected to an API or a knowledge base, right? But imagine if you're not there in the API or in the knowledge base, it will go to search. And if it searches, ideally, you are there so that it picks you up and you show that you are better than anyone else. Now, I think that the core fundamentals of SEO still apply in this era of AI search. But before, we only needed to rank on Google. Now we need to rank everywhere. What do I mean by everywhere? You can see here the top sources where AI is pulling things from, results from. We have first Reddit, then Wikipedia, YouTube, Google. Now, I don't think that any of you is a local brand, so we are gonna ignore Yelp. But which of these are the ones that we can affect? Google, 100%, because you can have a website that is optimized for SEO. Then YouTube, again, yeah, you can affect that because you can create videos. Wikipedia, much harder. There's some stuff, some magical stuff you can do, but that is much harder. And Reddit, really, really easy. Anyone can have a Reddit account. Anyone can recommend their own selves by pretending to be someone else and things like that, which I cannot confirm or deny. I might be doing this for my clients. So, so fundamentally is where the results are being pulled from, what has changed, right? Before, I mean, Google is connected, surfaces some of these, but now it takes it directly as a primary source. And if you want your website to get pulled in, you need a website that has many pages, not just a one-pager. I know startups, what you do, you try to explain everything in one page, all of your features, all of the personas, everything in one page. Well, Google, that is not how it works. You need to have one page per keyword that you're trying to address. So if your product or service has many features, imagine I'm an AI editing tool. I have 10 features. Those 10 features have to be 10 pages. If I have 5 personas, those 5 personas need to be pages. If I'm better than the competition, I need to have competitor pages. And I need to have a website that has at least 50 pages, right? So then I need to have structured data. And after that, what I need is mentions and reviews. You know, when you ask in a party let's say in a party, who is the most knowledgeable in a party? Who is the one that knows the most about AI in a party? Well, I'm not going to self-reference myself. I need you to tell other people, right? To say, oh, Victoria, she knows so much. Like the third party the reputation factor that we have in networking, in life in itself, right? When we talk about who is the best, generally you don't have to say you are the best. People have to say that for yourself, right? So again, if you're featured in APIs and feeds, this is also much better. And yeah, try to get mentions on the press, whatever press it is. You don't need to get mentioned on the Guardian right now, but whatever. For example, Superteam has a website. Other startup incubators have a website. So the more that your name goes out there in a sort of branding and PR sort of exercise, the better it is for you and to be. And the easiest will be to get referenced by LLM. Now, the other day I was working for a client, the AI editing example, and they do photo culling or photo. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this. I should have probably figured that out before I came to this meeting. But you know what? This is a new slide, and that's how you know it's new. I don't know if it's culling or cooling. Culling. Photo culling. Let's say when you have to select a lot of photos, photo culling software, you get the example. Now, but if I go and I see the search engine result page, the third result here is Reddit. And anybody can go to Reddit and say, oh, my favorite photo culling software is the name of my client. Very easy to do. Open, and also ranking third. You can do this in 2 minutes, and you are suddenly on position 3 of Google. And also remember that Reddit is the most quoted source on LLMs. Now here there is a forum as well that for people that use Lightroom, which is one of the competitors. Now, again, you can go and you can participate as a user and recommend the same tool. So this is a very clear example where we can, instead of having one result, because my client is this one narrative, is on position 5, I could have 3 on the search engine result page with doing minimum effort. So probably you can do the same once you build your website and you start seeing on Reddit and forums who are like the leaders in the space. And here you can see an example from another client which does compliance, crypto compliance for the travel rule, which is something really obscure, I know, but this is the kind of people I work in Web3. Now they're ranking again on Google, as you can see here on the AI overview. And if you ask for this really specific thing, which is pre-transaction travel rule solution, also nota bene is mentioned. And again, this is a combination of really strong SEO fundamentals and a lot of PR and mentions, and have won awards, being featured in a lot of places. So that is when everything comes together. So the learning from this part is that SEO is not just about ranking on Google. We need to rank wherever AI agents and AI algorithms looks for answers. So Google is not the middleman anymore. LLMs are started to be the middleman of the authority game, which ultimately is that who is the best in something, whoever tells you that is the leader in that space. Who is important? Who has the authority, right? Now, I have given extensive webinars about SEO, mostly applied to Web3, because that's my main niche for brands. But these fundamentals applies to every startup, because startups do the same. They always do the same things. Actually, this 5 SEO mistakes that Web3 websites make. It used to be called 5 mistakes that startups make. But I realized that Web3 people have more money. That's why I had to go. But watch all of these webinars, and you're going to learn a lot in 2 hours and a half, 40, 2 hours and a half. This is important. Do it. It's free. It's on my website, on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I think it's useful. Now, we talked about ranking everywhere. You might be saying, okay, if ranking just one page on Google, isn't it hard enough? Now I have to be everywhere. How am I going to do that? And we're going to do that with custom AI tools, which I'm going to show you how to build today. So is there anyone here that is not using ChatGPT or Claude for marketing or startup operations? I take your silence as a no. Now, this is if you're not using, right? So everybody's using, that's great. Now, is there anyone using, different question, pay attention. Is there anyone using custom GPTs? Good, cool. Automation workflows? No, okay, okay. Arsan, you're using automation workflows. Cool, what for?
So basically, I mean, our workflow is pretty complex. We have to send out like SMSs and WhatsApp messages and so on. There's a lot of interaction with different systems. So we're using NAN for that.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. Yeah, I use NA8 as well. I use NA8 and Make, and I'm going to show you a little bit of Make today. So great, well done. Well, there are things that you cannot do manually.
100%.
But there are things that you can do manually. But if you automate them, it will be better for your mental health. And we're going to see that today. So we're going to be seeing mostly custom GPTs and a little bit of automations. Cool. Let's go. Now, AI agents. People love to talk about AI agents. They're gonna replace everyone. And what will happen to humanity? Now, the truth is that in marketing, most people that are talking about AI agents haven't even built an AI agent themselves. So I think that the most basic form of agent that you can create is a custom GPT. Right? The custom GPTs are the fastest way to test your prompt, validate your use case, define your brand, your structure, and prototype functionality. It's much easier to prototype functionality on a custom GPT than do it on NN8 or make.com. Believe me, I have tried, and I'm not going to do it again. Now, you are all founders, so probably sometimes you ask yourself if there is a way that you can live, market yourself, and have hobbies. I ask myself that all the time. The answer to this is custom GPTs. So let me show you. I have a lot of ideas all the time. I also have ADHD, so I clinically struggle with execution. There's no way I can do things. So I started building all of these tools so I can become a functional human. Now, all of these ideas from mind to something, and that something could be an email, a report, slideshow, like you're seeing, a video. How do I turn this into something? And in the fastest way as possible, because with HAD, if it's not done in the next 30 seconds, goodbye forever. We don't know if we ever had that idea. So the solution that I found to this is custom GPTs. Now, why? Because you can configure this with your own content. You train it on your own content. It's not generic. It's not generic ChatGPT in the ever-changing world of startups. Nobody writes like that, and you know that if you start a paragraph like that, it was obviously written with LLMs. So the way that we can escape that, the way that we can make our content sound less robotic and also our content hallucinate less, because that's the second probably biggest problem for LLMs, robotic and hallucinations, is that we train our own bots inside of ChatGPT with our content, with our brand of voice, and with our guidelines. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to drag and drop. Very smart. We're going to drag and drop PDFs and documents inside of a custom GPT, and we are going to tell it what do we want it to do with it. So we can make it reference existing content. For example, I can download your whole website and have a marketer GPT train on your own content. It can also reflect your brand terminology, your the structure of each page that you want, if that is landing pages, maintain a technical accuracy, which for my crypto and Web3 clients is really, really important, and generate content that is overall consistent with your brands. Also, we can repurpose, right? This talk can be, is a video, but with the automations of the custom GPTs that I have, in 3 minutes, it can be a blog post, a Medium post, a LinkedIn post, a LinkedIn article, a tweet, all of that in almost no time. So this is what I was saying before. In the ever world of cryptocurrency, in the ever evolving landscape of whatever industry, ChatGPT always speaks like this. But I don't want it to say this. I want to say you have just made the best moves in your crypto journey, because that's how my client talks, and that's what training does. We can make the bot talk like if it was you. Now, people will say, I do that. I keep a chat for 3 months and I do the same thing. No, it's not the same. So it's not the same because the chat with a long context doesn't have persistence instructions. What does it mean? It means that if I imagine that all of my branding guidelines are in one PDF, well, I give it the PDF, I upload it, and then next time I start the session, that content is gone, that knowledge is gone, because the instructions, you have to give the chat instructions every time that the chat session opens. Also, with the ChatGPT, you can have a knowledge base that has all of that all of the materials, let's say all of our PDF and all of our instructions set up to repeat a task forever, rather than tell it every single time what it has to do. Also, we can share this custom GPT, and it's already trained for you. None of you have to do anything. Generally, when you try to share a long chat, sometimes it fails. For me, it always fails when people send me the link. I don't know why. And we can scale with a custom GPT, because if I want you to start using a custom GPT right now, I send you the link and you are ready to start in the next 30 seconds. So also, it has setup time. We set it once, we forget. And overall, this is much better for efficiency and collaboration. Also, it's the best way that you can iterate content, because with custom GPT, you can do the back and forth when you're not certain about an idea, when you need discussion. Now, a lot of people use Claude projects in the same way. But the problem with Claude projects, I don't know if anybody in the chat is using them. If you are, I don't know, do something so I can acknowledge that you are. If not, I'm going to continue. But Claude projects is a set of instructions for Claude to very similarly to do the same thing. I can say you are a marketing bot. You help Victoria Olsina in her SEO and AI talks, and this is Victoria Olsina, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to pitch different startup incubators for her talks, and that is the only thing that this bot is going to do. Now, with Claude projects, the main thing is that you cannot share the project. So I cannot share it with you, unlike custom GPTs. And for me, that's a no-go, because when I'm training clients, I cannot sort of expect that 5 people do something in the same way ever. So if I just send the link, that is easier. And use custom GPTs. Unless, I mean, I use Claude projects when I'm the only person that has to use the bot, let's say. But otherwise, if it's for sharing, I use custom GPTs. And also I use it as a second brain, because we have talked, I have already mentioned that my actual brain, not so reliable most of the time. So I have replaced this with AI, and I have like 60 custom GPTs that do many, many things for me. For example, I have one for LinkedIn that writes like me, Twitter, viral content generator, webinar that is really good, e-commerce, social media, scripting for YouTube, because I have a YouTube channel, well, many things. I even have one that complains for me, which is Karen GPT. It will do a very good legally sounded complaint if your gym says on the website that you can leave on holidays anytime, and then when you go, it says no, I can only suspend your subscription on the 1st of the month. Well, no, Gymbox. I created that for Gymbox, and I can use it to complain about anything now, and it will quote all of the rules of the UK Consumer Act and all of those. But works very well with airlines as well. So yeah, I don't need to complain manually. I can just can put my email there or the retail of what happened, and it will do it for me. Now, up to this, I don't see any of you really impressed, and that's fine. But wait for this slide. You can connect custom GPTs to APIs. And we connect it to APIs. It means that we have real data. For example, we can connect it to the weather, whatever. I don't know if anybody here has something related to weather, we could connect it to the weather API. We can connect it to a Airbnb API and just tell Airbnb, I'm going to be traveling for 4 months. I always want to stay in 2-bedroom places that have workspace, sea view, and it will go. and it will scan everything, and it will find me all of the Airbnbs in the different cities that I tell it to. And this API connection is very similar to MCPs. I don't know if any of you have heard about MCPs, but for the last 3 to 6 months, it has been like the sort of very big thing in AI space, when you can connect to different tools and different sources of data. Now, something outstanding as well is that custom GPTs can talk to one to another, and you do this by pressing the add key on ChatGPT. I'm going to show you that. And also, these ChatGPTs can be as general or as specific as you like. For example, I have a marketing GPT for each client, and then I have an SEO copywriter, which is very narrow and just that writes SEO stuff. So enough. Let me show you something of the APIs that I showed you. So I don't know if any of you is familiar with SEO, but in SEO, we need to find the most representative keyword, right, for you. Now, let's go to my ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you something. So before, as an SEO person, a lot of moments of my life involve keyword research, which is find the best keyword for my client. And we talked about, I think we talked about Meso in the example. It was Meso, that's Bitcoin loan. So I'm going to say, okay, help me with keyword research for my topic. Actually, does any of you want to give me a topic so I can do this very quick SEO research for you? Or would you like me to go ahead with the same example I do 3 times a day? Now's your moment, guys.
Do you want to, who wants to do it? Oh, I'm going to pick somebody.
I can do startup incubators as well. Superteam UK.
Let's do it for Paula. And so that
Yeah.
would be, but how would you describe it? It's basically like women's media.
Yeah, it is women's media. I feel like I've kind of been leaning into like creator IP specifically. So I think that could be a keyword.
Yeah, so it's a creator IP platform, social media. What? Give me a bit more.
As in what platform I post on? Or
No,
just...
give me a bit more information about this IP, creator IP.
Oh, so creator IP, I guess it also goes into content creation, building a brand that kind of goes beyond the algorithm. That could
But
be
this is a platform. This is a service. This is a product. What is it?
It's kind of just like the topic that I cover. So my thing is actually a studio. So it's a creator IP studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry, I feel like we could have got there a lot faster.
No, it's fine. But this one, because we are doing it I'm writing it for you, but you can talk and explain your brand, and it will do it for you.
Yeah.
And I created this. Is it for the UK?
It is for the UK predominantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to say UK, GBP. It's asking me for certain parameters. And let's say that we want transactional homepage, right? So let's see what it comes with, what it comes up with. And the reason why I wanted to automate this is because I do it so many times a day. So many times a day. Now, as you can see, it's talking to an API, meaning that it's not going to just make up anything. It's just going to pull us the information from the search engine result page. Now, for example, it's asking for clarification, right? So it's asking for clarification for your keyword. Is it a intellectual property service or content creator studio?
I'd say it's more like a content creator studio.
Okay. Cool. Google Content Creator Studio. Great. Boom. It's great. It's great when you want to show people something. Yes. Yes, go. People are looking at my screen. Come on. And I want related variations, include related variations. Yeah. But it's fine. It's like talking to someone. We have to clarify things. They don't read the they don't read the brain yet. So now it's going to talk to the API and it's going to pull the information, hopefully. So I look smart and not the opposite. Now, here we have Creator Studio, Content Creator Studio, the CPC, if you had to pay for ads. And so it says that then we have, it can provide some content structures, it can optimize, and it can do your SEO title and meta description. So let's give it, let's do option 2. Great, boom. So now we have your, I don't know if you do brand and video, but it is what it understood. And again, if this is not the right way or the right information, you can say, no, I didn't want this. Let's work, let's do something else. And you can, instead of being an SEO expert or going to Ahrefs, which is my platform of choice because I'm an SEO person. So what do I want to see? I want to see numbers like this. Now, if I take you here and I say, why don't you do your keyword research, Paula? You are going to say, what is this? Right? What? No, I don't want to do this, right? What is this? What does this mean? Because this is a platform thought for SEO people. Now, SEO, I mean, everybody needs to optimize a page. So now this is much more accessible. We get rid of the interface. You can talk to the data, and we can do this with anything. If you start talking and tell me all of your products and your services, it will come up with your information architecture of how each page should, which pages you should have, for example. And this is, again, I mean, this is not better than me, but it's 80% there. And you go, because it's not better than me because I'm the expert. If I tell you, okay, this one writes content, it's not better than the best writer, but it's 80%. And from 0 to 80% for free in 30 seconds, that is unbeatable. So let me show you another one for clients. So I'm going to go to this. So we have your keyword, but I'm going to show you something for clients. Now, in order to structure a page, what I need is, this is great. I'm in a hotel and they're ringing the bell because those things always happen when you're alive. So I'm going to ignore it. It's fine. My girlfriend's going, so it's great. Nothing happened. Everything has been running smoothly today. So this one, it will structure my homepage, the whole homepage. Now I'm going to show you one for a client. So my client is meso.org. This is the name of my project. I'm going to say that we do Bitcoin loans, right? Loans, and my search engine is google.com. Great. And English. Great. So and what this is going to do, it's going to tell me exactly how I have to generate this page. Great. Again, nothing working today. The name is Meso. Look for the IP. Check the ID. Wait. It would be great that everything works when you're talking to strangers. Cool. Now it picked it up. Now, what is going to happen is going to do the second most important process in SEO, which is go to the top 10 competitors pages and check the keywords that are used in the title, meta description, H1, body, FAQs, everything, right? Which generally takes quite a lot of time. So this takes 90 seconds. And while we are waiting for this, I'm going to show you something else, which is orchestration. And this is the thing that changes everything. I have the SEO GPTs because it's the thing that I do all the time. But I have a GPT, which is the marketing brain. And this GPT knows my clients inside out. It knows everything it does, when it's going to go live, every blog post ever written. So if I connect SEO to marketing, what I'm going to have is an optimized landing page that doesn't talk about Bitcoin loans in general, that it talks about the way Meso does Bitcoin loans. And that is what changes the game, because hallucinations reduce 90%. And also it doesn't sound robotic because it will sound like Meso because this has been instructed to do so. So let me show you. or not, maybe it doesn't want to work, but let me show you. Let's see if it's ready to retrieve recommendations. Retrieve recommendations. And again, as we said before, this is connecting to API to an SEO software. So it's not talking about, it's not going to just give me whatever random thing. It's going to give me the actual data. It's still processing. So while I try that you don't get bored, the important thing here is that we can connect. So I have the SEO GPT, the social media GPT, the LinkedIn GPT, the Twitter GPT, and all of them can talk to the brain and the marketing brain. So I have micro experts that can talk to the knowledge base, and therefore they can create customized content for me. So let's see if we can retrieve recommendations now. The big reveal. Sorry, this is not even the one we were using. Here. Again, we're gonna try for the 5th time. Don't lose hope in me. Yes, please. Impress my super team friends, please, GPT. Please. Yes, there we are. Don't doubt me, I told you before. And now we have the target keyword, how many keywords, how many words it has to have, readability scale, the content score, and now all of the terms that it needs to include in the title, meta description, H1, H2, body of the text, extended, content ideas, everything pulled from the SEO API. Look, all of my competitors for that thing. So this is really doing a hardcore analysis of all of the things I had to do before this. Now it's asking me, do you want an SEO full automized outline? No, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You only know about SEO. I want my marketer to come in and say, read the instructions and write this landing page. So remember that I told you that with add, you can quote the other GPT. All right, this landing page. So now we have called the Mesomarketer, and now SEO and marketing data from this client connect. So this is not generic. This doesn't sound like ChatGPT. It's not gonna tell you in the ever changing world of Bitcoin loans. No, it's talking about Meso. Is referring to Meso USD, which is a currency that they created, a stable coin. It's naming their APR and telling you how it works. Frequently asked questions, and this is a landing page that talks about the client that is SEO optimized. So I think this is pretty cool. Now, also Meso has 2 writers. One is very academic, and the other one is actually, you know what? We're gonna tell it to SEO metadata, everything that I need is already there. And Meso has 2 writers. One is really academic, and the other one is really not academic. The other one is really like crypto bro, cool. But you know what? I want the really academic one to take these and create a blog post. A blog post like Vaish. And Vaish writes like very philosophically. So now you're gonna see that because this has been written from the samples of my writer, this will look really different than what we saw before. So now I have the one that does the research, the one that structures the pages, the one that fills the content with the client's data, and the one that's writes like one of the writers. So, and I have 60 of them, so power. Now, I think with this, I should have impressed you. But if I haven't, you can get the keyword AI Research GPT, so I subscribe to my newsletter if you see if you scan the QR code. And also, obviously, Cap will get the slides for this. Also, generally my custom GPT stack for clients includes the keyword research agent I have just showed you, the marketing brain I showed you, SEO assistant, yes, and author, because sometimes in order to help writers to write faster, we use the author style. Also, you can have anything. You can have email, LinkedIn, like the ebook I show you, webinar creator, anything, right? You can create absolutely anything. And the way that you do this is, I'm gonna show you right now with, actually, I'm gonna show you this one. Jenny don't show this, but I feel that this has been chaotic enough and that I have to do something to show you that sometimes I can organize myself. So here it's the instructions for this GPT, right? And the way we create one of these is we go to GPTs, we go to create. And also one thing that is very important, this is, in order to do this, you need to have the $20 subscription for ChatGPT, but this is the best $20 you're gonna spend in your life. So if you go here, create, it opens this, and we need the name, the description, and instructions. And here, very important, the knowledge. The knowledge base, we put everything, all of the material that we need to reference. So if I go to my Meso Marketer, what you're gonna see is that you write content for Meso, and I tell you that it's a skilled content writer. I have content creation parameters, tone and style, some SEO optimization things, content structure, how many keywords, what are the CTAs, let's go, response accuracy, and to obviously to avoid in sentences started in, like in the ever changing world of cryptocurrencies, navigated and log, all of those things that sound like AI, and don't use M dashes, reminder, if you need more information, tell me, great. And then I have all of the client information. And you can do this for anything you like. And I think it's pretty cool. And it helps me a lot with everything that I want to do at work and in my life. So the way that I generally approach this is I have a very good prompt with for a repeatable task. Then I turn it into a custom GPT. And the third stage, if I can, I automate it, I scale it with automation. Now, as I said before, prompts need good instructions. And I have here for you, I created this prompt maker in case you want to skip all of this section and you tell me, I don't want to learn how to prompt, I want somebody to do it for me. You can use the prompt maker, which again, I'm becoming a bit lazy. To be honest, I was writing this for a friend before, write a polite email declining people who want to collaborate or promote their services. So what it does is just, it's just that. And then you can tweak it for anything that you want to do. So if you can start from scratch or improve an existing prompt. So that is included on today's slides as well. Now, I know I took 10 minutes to get into this call. So I'm going to quickly go through this. In order to make AI work for you, you need to be very good at prompting. You can use this, my prompt maker express. But if you want to learn to prompt, that I think that is the most valuable skills that you can have. And for that, we use the CLEAR framework, where you give content, length, examples. This is very important for custom GPTs. And we define our audience, and we assign a role for our AI. Now, here it's an example of a content creation. You are a SEO specialist working for Meso.org. You create landing pages for Bitcoin natives about Bitcoin finance, context, something, tone, academic, crypto bro, style, length, 600 words, include Meso brand guidelines. So this is the minimum viable version of a prompt. And that is what the most, I think that is the most valuable skill of the last 200 years. So learn it, please, or use my prompt maker. Now, there are 5 things that I have learned that are really important. Role prompting is act like an SEO consultant, act like someone, right? Give it less, it's very important to define the role. Then step by step, act like an SEO consultant, and you're gonna do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Emotion. This one, you're gonna think that I'm tricking you, but no, it's actually true. Emotion is like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna get fired, or you're gonna get fired. So if you try to emotionally manipulate the GPT, it performs better. And then few-shot prompting is when we give it variables and examples, which again, really, really valuable. And the last one, I have just show you that the meso prompt is really, really extensive. So sometimes the thing that you said in the middle, they get lost. Like when you're talking to a person and you give them a lot of instructions and they forget what happened in minute 30 because we are on minute 98. So it's really good that you, at the end of the prompt, you say, for example, here, important, never start sentences with in the word of or in, right? At the end of it, you repeat the most important instructions. Now, I have, as I showed you before, I have like 60 of them. I collect when I see a good one that is for free. Because remember here on the store, on the ChatGPT, if you don't have the premium version, you can also use them. You can use them, but you cannot create it. And here there are millions of things that people have created for free. So even if you don't, I don't know, if you cannot spend $20 right now for this, at least use the ones that people have created. And this is really useful. It's like having an expert in your pocket. So I have many of these that I created, that I saw friends creating, that I collected. And it's very important that we use the clear instructions to train the GPTs, that we add our own content, meaning the PDF, the guidelines, everything that you think that a person, imagine, I mean, picture this like if you are training an actual marketer or a content marketer, like what are the things that it would need? So we need to train it like that. Then we set technical parameters, like I said, 800 words for landing pages, test and refine, and then we can share it. All of these, if I give you the link, you can start of all of the things that I have showed you today, you can start using it straight away. And like chats with long context and cloud projects. Also, if you don't want to train in the GPT in what is good, you can take what is good already and tell it to reverse engineer. For example, analyze these examples, match the style, structure, and level of detail. That's how I created the Joey bot. I don't have to tell it, oh, Joey is right like this. I have to give it all of the samples of this writer and tell it to iterate the style. So that is also pretty useful. And I have been using this with several clients and several startup clients. For example, Bando is from Outliers Ventures, and they have the same GPTs I have just showed you, and they built 120 pages, landing pages in 2 months. Right? They also, beyond that, everybody in their organization have their own custom GPT for Twitter, so they can write things really fast, personalized for them. And their sister brand, which is Espacio Crypto, this is the most popular crypto brand in Latin America, the most popular crypto podcast in Latin America, also have their own custom GPT. And we created a Made.com automation that writes for them. And when we did that, this happened. Follow the blue line. So we started writing this content that doesn't sound like AI because it's trained on one of the writers, and this happened from 20 clicks per day from almost 0 to I think I have 1,600 per day. And when I say that we built an automation for them, what I mean is like all of this process that you saw me do, copy and call this GPT, call this other GPT, call this other GPT, we can put it in a assembly line here on make.com. And what does this mean? That everything that I did can be done automatically from a spreadsheet. So before we said that, let me show you, this is almost the end of the webinar. So here, content dashboard for Meso. Boom. So if I don't want to do all of these steps, calling this GPT, calling the other GPT, what I have created is an automation that does everything already from a spreadsheet. So if I have the keyword, the country, the engine, and the language, and some notes from the writers, it just writes for me, and it's put it on a Google Doc. So now, instead of doing everything, I just put the keywords here, and it will do it. And you're going to say, well, but what's the quality? So here you can see this is writing like it doesn't start in the everlasting world of cryptocurrencies. Tax is a dirty word in the fiat. Tax is a dirty word in the fiat world. AI will never start like that. It starts like that because we train it to talk like this, right? And this is also very challenging. You know, people in crypto, they always talk like, yeah, you use money, you are dumb. Very like challenger Bitcoin native stuff. So we train it in that style. So this is SEO optimized. This talks like the client. This makes sense, and is also scoring really high on SEO. Actually, and how do I know this? Because the score is here, and this does the same thing that we did before. From the keyword, it goes to my my SEO API, which is this is a software called NeuronWriter. The GPT is also plugged into NeuronWriter. It will list the project, create a new query, get the query information, and write the title, the meta description, and the body. And does it write it alone from zero? No, it writes it with this assistant, which is the same as the GPT. This assistant has the same training instructions as the GPT, so it knows everything about the client, right? And then it writes it and it put it in this draft, and then it just fills in the blank. So power, a lot of power. And I told you that you have to rank everywhere as well. I told you that. And I do that. I publish YouTube videos, and then these YouTube videos are published everywhere. What is everywhere? First in my blog, then on LinkedIn, on as we can see here. Take my YouTube blog, extract a transcript, create a blog post, then publish it on WordPress, then create a LinkedIn article, Twitter article, Medium, newsletter. So it creates the campaign directly in newsletter, and then it uploads the video to LinkedIn. And then it writes the messages that I send to all of the communities that I'm part of, different AI communities, Web3 communities, and SEO communities. So in 2 minutes, all of this is done. And I did very well. It's not very close to zero because I had to record the video, but it saves me from the trauma of repurposing things. Because again, I have to be everywhere. So next time you're on LinkedIn, I might show up because of this. And this is all of the things that you can do. But it all starts with a good prompt that goes into a custom GPT, and you train it for each part of the process. And then you can go to make.com and create these really, really useful tools almost for free. The only thing you have to pay is the custom GPT, $20 a month. Make up to 1,000 operations per month is free. And there's nothing stopping you. Now, how can I help you? You can subscribe to my newsletter, get the I don't even remember what I said. It was so fast. Get the keyword research custom GPT for free. Or if you want to buy any of the automations I showed today, you can also buy them, including the keyword GPT, the marketer GPT. You can scan this or go to this URL and everything is there. And if you need personalized help, book a call. Again, everything is there on that QR code and that landing page. Thank you so much for listening to me today.
Awesome. Thank you, Victoria. Big round of applause as well.
Thank you. That was great.
Thank you for listening to me.
Do you have an extra couple of minutes if there's any questions?
I do. Anyone has any questions?
I've got another meeting.
Yeah, you're all good.
Chris, you have been saying this for a while, so I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know. I was seriously, I've been like popping in and out. Right. See you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Chris. Here's questions. I see Paula.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the custom GPT because one of the ways in which I'm kind of starting my studio is I'm launching a residency, which is essentially like a series of programs to help women turn their idea into a form of IP. And I have been thinking about creating a custom GPT for the residency so that people who come on the program, it's almost like extra support for them. But with that, I don't know if this is a silly question, but can you keep like editing the GPT, or once you've made it, it's like that's the GPT and you can't add anything else into it for knowledge?
No, you can continue editing all the time. You could edit all the time if you wanted, every day, every hour.
Okay.
Now, obviously, so this is like the minimum viable version. If you tell me I have 15 pieces of content for my blog that need to feed this GPT every day, evidently we cannot do that, right? Now, if we have content that is changing all the time, which most companies don't have, what we need to build is a RAG. So it's a bit more complicated than that. But to start with, the custom GPT is almost free, and it will save you a lot of time, a lot of headache, and people can self-serve. All of these things that I give to my client, I'll self-serve. So now, instead of, I'm still getting hired to help people when they need it, but I also sell these tools. So if you don't want to if you don't want to pay me per month, or you can buy the tools and you do the self-serve. And that is also a valid model, because many times in startups, many times or depending on the stage of the business and the money that the business have, they might choose different options. So it's also new business models that you can give to people.
Okay. And also, is it possible to like make the GPT private so only certain people can? Oh, you can. Okay, nice.
So sorry, so you can. There are three methods: public on the store, private just for you, and then private just for people that have the link.
Okay, got you.
But you cannot say just with link, an email, stuff like that. You will need something a bit more high tech. But this to start with is more than enough.
Yeah, that's really helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
There's Jared, Aswini, Holly. You guys have any questions before we close off?
No questions from me. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you for listening.
Cool. All right.
So this is the end.
There we go. Well, Victoria, thank you again for being able to share your time with us. I'll make sure to share around all the slides. Everyone get the video as well, so I'll be able to follow up there individually as well. But yeah, appreciate you being able to take this moment to share with us all the insights about how we can be able to be optimizing for the new SEO of LMs and being able to supercharge our content for it.
Thank you so much, Cap, and to everybody that talked today. And I'm going to be sending you the slides right now.
Perfect.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye. Cheers.